Now this section up here, it says Reading Strategies 9-9. I took part of this out of another book, so this is really us dealing with 7-6 and 7-7. So if you want to add that there, that would be fine. Okay, so the graphic organizer, we're talking about the quadratic formula and the discriminant. Okay, and we've referenced these before. I want you to tell your neighbor what the quadratic formula is. You're going to write that right here, and then write when do we use it right here. Or when and why do we use it. Okay, go for it. All right, so quadratic formula, what is it? And when and why do we use it? Why do we use it first? Oh. Well, maybe we go to what is it? One person knows what it is, the quadratic formula? Dude. Chelsea, what do you got?
ax squared plus bx plus c.
Okay, ax squared plus bx plus c is standard form. That'll help us in the quadratic formula for sure. Okay, that's our standard form. So what is the actual quadratic formula? Jaden?
Negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a.
All over 2a. Okay. What equals that? Good job. So this all equals what? Yeah, good. That all equals x. Okay? So why do we use it? Cool? Yeah, to find out, to solve for x in a quadratic. If you don't know what a quadratic is, you have a hard time remembering that. You may want to make a note to yourself that, remember, that's when you have x squared in it. Or that's when x squared is your leading coefficient, or your leading power there. Thank you. Okay, we call these solutions different names. Sometimes we say we solve for x or solutions for x. Okay, we also call them roots. So if it said, hey, find all the roots, that's one. We also call them zeros. And for you're like, well, I just kind of do the work when I get it. Well, on the chapter 10 test, some of you had no idea when it gave directions. Okay, some of you, like when it said find the product, you went and found the answer for x, and there wasn't even an equation there. You kind of just randomly put answers. So when you looked at your chapter 10 test yesterday, some of you had no idea what the instructions were asking you to do. Okay? Remember, these are if it says solve for x, or find the roots, or find the zeros, or find the x-intercepts, that means you can use the quadratic formula to do that. You could also factor if you're able to. Okay? All right. Tell your neighbor when you cannot find a solution for x. When do we get no solution? All right, when do we get no solution? Lily? Good, when the square root is a negative. So when this thing inside here is negative. So like if you could figure that out way ahead of time before you did all the work, that would save you some time, right? That's kind of the plan. So the discriminant is that piece inside there. It's called the b squared minus 4ac. That's called your discriminant. And what that helps you with is it helps you determine how many solutions there are. Okay? So this helps us determine how many solutions there are. How many real solutions there are. Now when I say real solutions, the real may not mean as much to you right now, but when you get to advanced algebra, we start talking about complex numbers, which are non-real solutions. Okay, right now, real solutions just mean the numbers that you've dealt with all throughout math so far. How it determines how many real solutions. Okay, so like Lily said, if this thing inside here is negative, so if the discriminant ends up being a negative number, a negative hashtag here, okay, if it's a negative number, then there are no real solutions. So it's a no solution. What happens if it's a positive? What happens when we get a positive inside that radical? Cool? Yeah, we get two real solutions. Remember, that's when we have that plus minus. We get two real solutions. Okay. Well, you could have a negative in the radical. You could have a positive number. What other type of number could you have? Someone besides Cole this time.
0.
Yeah. Nope, not a fraction. Fraction will either be positive or negative. Yeah.
0.
Yeah, you could have 0. So what would happen if you got a 0 in there? Well, let's pretend for a minute. Let's just make up a problem. Let's say I had like, I don't know, give me a number for B. 2. So we have negative 2 plus minus square root. We're going to say this is 0. Okay, we're saying the b squared minus 4ac, the thing in there is 0. All over, we'll just say 2 times 1. Okay, or 2. Good? So what did we get there? Everyone figure out your answer. Okay, tell your neighbor what it is. All right, Audrey, what do you got? Negative 1, yeah. Negative 2 plus minus root 0. What is root 0? It's 0. So this part's completely gone. It just gets rid of. And notice when we get rid of that, we get rid of the plus minus 2. Our answer is negative 1. How many solutions do we have?
1.
Yeah, that's one real solution. So if you figure out really quick, if you go, well, I'm just going to do b squared minus 4ac just really quick, because that will tell me if I'm going to have no real solutions. If I get a negative right there, I have no real solutions. Worst case scenario, you at least know what's inside your square root symbol, and then you finish the problem. Like if you're like, oh man, it wasn't a negative, now I have to finish the problem. At least you've already done all the work in here. That makes sense? Okay, quickly a picture. What's the picture going to look like for each of these? So if I drew my parabola for no real solutions, and I drew my parabola for one real solution, and I drew my parabola for two real solutions, remember, your solutions are roots. They're also called zeros, or more importantly for a picture, they are x-intercepts, where we cross our x-axis. So if I have no real x-intercepts, or if I have one real x-intercept, or if I have two real x-intercepts, what's my picture? What could a picture look like? Okay, I want you to sketch a picture for each of those. You get 1 minute to do it. All right, show your neighbor what you sketched. All right, so no real solution could be where it goes here and it never actually hits the x-axis. Anyone have something like that? Okay, it could be multiple pictures. You just can't hit x, right? Can't hit the x-axis. Okay, one real solution, what's it going to do? Yeah, it's going to hit it once. So it's going to come down, maybe come down and going to hit it and then bounce right back up off it. So it hits it one time right there. It goes down, it touches it, and bounces right back. Okay, and this one hits it twice. It goes through it. The vertex is either above or below and then comes back up through it. So 1, 2 solutions, 1 solution, and no solutions. Okay? Now I think you got it? That's what the discriminant does. We like the discriminant. Okay? So what I would like you to do right now, I put some extra practice ones here, but really all I want you to do, and I made this really quick before class, that's why this is all goofy looking. Okay? I want you to answer these 3 questions right here, and these 3 questions right here. Remember, in order to use the discriminant, you must be in this form first. You have to be in standard form first. So identify ABC. Okay, go for it. Work together if you like. All right, 1, 2, 3. I know you haven't finished maybe these 3 here, but you guys, when it says evaluate the discriminant, that means actually find the value of it first. And then tell how many solutions there are. So like in this one that we did, the value of our discriminant was 0. And there was In this case, one real solution. So give the value, down here, give the value of the discriminant also. What b squared minus 4ac actually equals. Okay. And number 1, if the discriminant of the quadratic is -6, how many solutions? TT? 0 solutions. Good, because it's negative. How many got that one? All right. Identify A, B, C in this equation. Well, what is A? Lily? 2. What is B? Marie? -5. And C? Ryan? 3. Good. Okay, how many real solutions does that have? Well, we have b squared minus 4ac. Caden, you say how many? 2. So b squared is 25 minus 4 times 2 times 3. So 4 times 2 times 3 is 8 times 3, or 24, equals 1. So if our value is 1, that means it's a positive number. That means there are 2 real solutions. Well done. You could just put 2. Good. How many got that one? All right. Anyone have the value of the discriminant for 57? The b squared minus 4ac. Cole, what did you get? -19. Anyone second Cole there? Yeah, the value, the b squared, so we put in our b squared, that's -1. So b squared minus 4ac, just do one here real quick, make sure everyone has it. That's -1 to the second power. Okay, minus 4 times 1 times 5. -1 minus 20, or +1 minus 20 is -19. Okay, that means since it's a negative number has no real solutions. So no real, or no solutions. No real soul, man. All right, so the value is -19, no real solutions. Okay, 58, what do we get for our discriminant? You've got to put it in, yeah, 0. Anyone else get 0? Okay, a couple of you. Let's check it out. 3x squared plus 4x equals -3 minus 2x. Okay, if we're going for that, we've got to move that 2x over, so now we have 3x squared plus 2x. Okay, and then we've got to add 3 over, so plus 7, all equals 0. b squared minus 4 ac. Yeah?
It's 6x.
Is it 6x? Oh, this is an x here. Thank you. Makes that a 6x and makes this actually just a 3. Is that right? Yep. All right. Thank you for checking that. Okay, we got 36 minus, what's 4ac on this one? What's it? 36? We get 0. All right. How many real solutions? Yeah, 1, right? Okay, so be careful. Sometimes it plays tricks on our minds. When we get the answer of 0, that is actually 1 real solution, right? Because remember, that's this situation here, where our radical just disappears completely. Okay? So, we've got a discriminant of 0. That's 1 real solution. All right. Very good? Okay. Go ahead and tell your neighbor what you got for 59. Jaden, here you go. You should take that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you want to get the notes for me here in a minute. Okay. So write it in standard form, -2x squared. Actually, it's already in standard form. All right. What do we get for a discriminant? Lily? -55. Anyone else get that?
I got +55.
Positive 55?
1 minus 56 is what I
Uh-oh. Dude, we got dissension in the ranks here. Let's check it out. B squared minus 4ac should go really fast. B squared is -1, so that's 1 minus 4 times -2 times +7. Right? Yeah? Okay. So 1 minus, so negative times a negative is positive. Positive 8 times 7 is 56, so 1 plus 56. Or, anyone get 57? All right, yeah, 57. Watch that double negative, right? That'll mess us up maybe. So 57, that's the value of the discriminant. That means there are how many solutions?
2.
Good, it's positive 2 solutions. All right. How many learned something new today? Good. Okay. Any questions? If you need more practice, you want to do those next 6 there, you can. Okay?